The Environmental Protection Agency is currently proposing to make stricter the ozone regulations for the nation's air quality. They're talking about taking them from the current but relatively new standard of 75 parts per billion of ozone down to 70 or even 60 parts per billion. These new regulations would be worthwhile perhaps if they weren't so costly and if they would have some health benefit, but in fact they are likely to cause more health harm than good, produce in fact no health benefit, and be enormously costly. The EPA focuses most of its health benefits on the prevention of asthma and asthma-related deaths. But all of the pollutants that the EPA says are contributing to asthma, nitrogen oxides, they're down 37% over the last 25 years. Volatile organic compounds, they're down 47%. Ozone itself is down 20%, and the number of days where the ozone standards are violated are down 79%. At the same time, asthma rates have more than doubled. There is no correlation, much less causation, between ozone and asthma. Now, there are other heat-related illnesses that occur during the summer when ozone's high, but they're related to the heat, not the ozone itself. How much will they cost? Well, the EPA's conservative estimate is that it'll cost $19 billion a year, but it could cost as high as $90 billion a year, according to the EPA. Other sources say this is a very, very conservative and unrealistic figure. The Manufacturers Alliance, they estimate that it will cost upwards of $1 trillion to society. Now that's lost GDP, lost jobs, unemployment, lost ancillary spending, and health effects. How many jobs? 7 million jobs by 2020. That's how many will be lost. And all this during the recession. Worse, it's not just that there are no health benefits. In fact, there will be health costs. The government itself recognizes that poverty, not air quality, is the largest determinant of human health. And in fact, these regulations, because they will put so many people out of work, will cost lives. When people lose their health insurance, they turn to the emergency room, so emergency room visits will go up. They will not get preventive treatment. And according to the OMB, you can look at the cost of regulations and their correlation to lives lost. It could cost as many as 3,000 premature deaths annually just due to these clean air regulations. The EPA just set the current standard in 2008. Cities are only now enacting the rules and the regulations and the policies needed to get them below the current standard. The EPA, flush with money and driven by the Obama administration's environmental constituency, has decided to revisit the issue before they've even given the chance for the new regulations, the ones that are just on the books, to work and to prove that there's some health benefit. These regulations are all pain and no gain. We get no health benefit. We get no quality of life benefit. We get a lot of economic cost, a lot of jobs lost, and maybe even some health costs. The EPA should not go down this path. They should give the current regulations time to work.